Hey everyone, just an update on the painting project on our 1994 Toyota Previa van. I've got it blasted with 220 grit with the orbital sander up top, down the sides and back. The fenders were in particularly bad shape, so I actually have replacement fenders for that, so I'm going to paint those off the car. And you may have noticed here, I'm sanding all these parts. I've got the fenders off, but I'm not touching this hood. And right now the hood is simply serving as dust protection for the front accessories that are underneath that hood. But if you kind of look here, and we'll try to catch it in the light, there's a series of wavy dents all the way across this hood. So in addition to all of these, this peppering of rock chips that turned into rust spots, there is this ongoing sort of wavy ripple dent all the way across, essentially at least the middle of the hood there. That would be an incredibly hard dent to get out. Would require quite a bit of smoothing, body filling, multiple passes at it. So I am actually replacing that hood with this hood. And you can see that this one has similar chips all the way across it, some of which I'm sure have turned into little spots of rust. But certainly it's got all those chips all the way across it. So we're definitely going to have to blast it with the sander. But it does not, it's pretty straight otherwise. It does not have any kind of any type of dent in it, ding, or that ripple dent, which would be particularly hard to take out. So the plan is to replace that hood, and you can see that these hoods, just given the design of the van, that hood is at a 45-degree angle basically. It gets peppered with rock spray consistently out on the highway. So the other thing we're going to do here, we're not really doing a factory paint job here. Like I said, we're doing a roller job with Rustoleum paint. It is going to be silver because that does save us some painting time, but I'm not keeping this accent stripe. This is actually black paint that I'm sanding and covering up with that silver paint, so it'll just be monochromatic throughout. And this I am going to paint actually with truck bed liner, probably with Herculiner, simply because it gets peppered with rocks when you're out there driving. The Herculiner is black, so kind of blend in with a silver paint job. If I can, I'll try to find truck liner that actually you can top coat, and then I might be able to top coat it with the Rustoleum as well. But definitely going to put an extra layer of protection here on the hood. And then I've taken this front bumper off, you can see, and it is actually up here. And there's two reasons for that. One, I've got a little repair to do here. Need to mud up some plastic filler and seal that up, and get that all sort of nice and tight and reinforced. But then I'm also, since this bumper also just gets blasted with rocks, I'm actually going to do a very similar thing and get that covered with some truck bed liner, something really tough, so it'll deflect those rocks a little easier. And since these were basically kind of a darkish gray, almost black when they were new, that I won't need to actually top coat at all. I'll actually just be able to paint that black, and then all these trim pieces that go back on the sides of the car are all pretty faded, but I can spray them with some bumper trim spray paint, get them nice and black, and they'll match this front bumper as well. So that's just an update on the van. It's been blasted with 220 grit sandpaper with the orbital sander. Moving on to 400, then 600. Then I will likely wash it down really well with both water and acetone. There are a number of spots here where we got down to bare metal, and so I'll need to blast those with some self-etching primer. So we'll do that, smooth it out with some 800 grit, and then get on to painting. So if you like this video, found it helpful, please like and subscribe for more content like this and more updates on the paint job on the '94 Toyota Previa minivan.